once the movie starts, it's told from the perspective of the emotion of joy in the head of a little girl named Riley, who's about 12 years old. Mm-hmm. Riley has a big life change, and it's interesting to see how the emotions play out in her head during this because her family moves across country, and how simplistic the emotions of a child are, how internalized everything that happens are.
And they're literally played out. They're actually little characters inside
in her head.
Okay.
And like when each emotion gets like a turn to take over like the control panel of her mind, as it were.
Yeah.
And wait, so where does the conflict come from? Just when she enters puberty?
No, you don't even get that far. The conflict happens is that apparently inside her head are what are called core memories, the memories that help build her as a person and her personality. Mm-hmm. And in her head, they branch out into like little islands that represent different things that are big parts of her. Like there's a family island, a hockey island, like a goofy island because she's silly. And each one of these islands connects to a core memory. What happens is that the core memories get lost, and joy tries to retrieve them, and sadness ends up going with her. Unfortunately, that leaves the emotions anger, disgust, and fear in charge of her brain, which does not go well for Riley.
No offense, that sounds like a video game side quest. You have to go and find their souls to make them whole again.
It kind of does.
It does, but again, it plays out so well. Most of the journey is focused a lot on the interaction between joy and sadness. And it's funny because in the beginning of the movie, Joy does not see value with sadness or even her existence. She tries to keep her from touching anything in the command center of the brain.
This sounds a little involved.
See, my question is, this sounds like some really heady stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you enjoy it clearly. I think I would as well. Would your kids really enjoy it? Would they follow
loved it?
Okay,
no.
So is there value outside of just being like, because I think as a kid, if me seeing it, I'd probably go right over my head. I would like the colors and all that stuff. But
they believe well in showing, not telling. Like, so what they're showing you the actions. They're showing the little mechanism where the memories are created and they come sliding down the chute type thing. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't so much tell you, but they show you. And so it's really clever imagery, and the journey that Joy and Sadness have to take through Riley's head, trying to get back to the command center and keeping Riley from making bad decisions without them in charge.
So do you think the story is conveyed better in the visuals than the actual dialogue?
Well, no, the dialogue is good.
Easier to see
but
it than
again,
explain
the dialogue mostly is about the reactions of what's happening more so than there's not a lot of exposition.
Okay.
But the dialogue is just people interacting, whereas the imagery serves as the exposition for the most part. And it's so cool because like the place where the dreams are made, it looks like Hollywood. Like, so they actually have like sets and actors that play out her dreams, and that's how the dreams work. Okay. There's like a section where her darkest fears are hidden, and they have guards to keep other like things in her head from going in and out of there and to keep the nightmares inside.
Can I just call out how ironic it is that this is what the movie's about, and like 10 minutes ago we talked about Herman's head?
Yeah. No. Okay, so a lot of people made jokes that, this is just like Herman's head. This is 1,000 times better.
Or it could be like Osmosis Jones, too, just a different part of your body.
Yeah,
this notion has been done before, but they do it here probably the best I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, it actually sounds very technical. I know my girlfriend's actually in social work. She's like, that's a lot of the stuff we're actually talking about, you know what I mean? This is actually some like clinical stuff, you know?
Like, and it just has like, when the message of it, the moral of the story, when that culminates, like there's like this big like, my daughter was in tears.
Oh wow! So they also have Bill Hader does a voice in this too. I think that sold me on it right away before I knew anything about this movie.
Fear.
Yeah,
he's fear.
Fantastic, because he does the voice in Bob's Burgers, and he's the man.
Oh man, and him as Fear has one of the best moments where they're trying to scare Riley awake to get out of the dream world. Oh. So that the train of thought will move, which is an actual train.
An actual train.
Where they just make her dream into the most wrong nightmare, just wrong, and Bill Hader as Fear in that moment was hysterical.
Wait, did he do his like Pee Wee Herman and Bill Cosby impressions? Just like scared little girl.
Well, let me just say that there was a dog that came in half at one point, and a very scary clown.
That's a nice imagery together.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You're sure this was a movie for kids?
Yeah. No. Totally.
All right, so it sounds like you had a really good time.
You know what it is? It reminds me of the old Bluth movies. That's why I probably like
Don
it so
Bluth
much.
movies?
Yes,
You
like
know-
Those creepy
like
ass.
Night,
You know
like
the
Land
Hobbit-
Before Time.
You know, his
Yeah.
Hobbit movie gave me nightmares for years as a child.
The animation mostly. That
Yeah.
awful,
the-
awful. Everyone's
the
faces are creased.
rotoscope thing. Like,
No, everyone's faces were like creased in those depressing ass songs.
but yeah, like
Greatest
the
adventure. I'm like,
deepness of it when there's loss for the character, it's real. There's no like neat little bow that happens in the end where everybody's alive again. No, like this like when a character experiences a loss in this, they really have to experience the loss and deal with what happens next.
Oh wow, because that's what 4-year-olds need: consequences.
Well,
Yeah.
you
In
know
this day
what?
and age.
They should be taught consequences. To be honest, I mean,
Yeah.
you take away consequences, you take away people's ability to
That's why you give them a
rationalize what they
spanking. You
go
don't kill
through.
off their favorite characters forever. That's,
Well, they
you don't
don't
tell them
kill
their
off-
souls are going to
It's
die.
like a side
and
character,
just
but yeah.
fade into nothing.
We don't know that's going to happen. I don't know.
But you know what? When I watched Land Before Time as a kid, when Littlefoot's mom